Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Kim Kori Studio. I'm so excited to have you here. This is our 22nd episode, and I'm thinking about this. The only correlation to that number probably is that's about how old Kim Kori looks.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
so it's
Thank
true.
you. Right.
But I'm so excited to be here because you guys get to see why we brag about Kim every day in our gallery, and we gladly do so. But with a show of hands, how many people out there have seen Kim's studio? Nobody. I doubt it. If
Maybe
you
a
have, let
couple.
Randy know. He's here to take all your questions and so forth. But we're so excited to be here. And this, what you're about to see, defines why Kim makes her work absolute perfection and takes more effort than any artist I know to do what you do and to come up with these incredible pieces. This, by the way, is not Snickle Fritz, but I will let him go. So Kim...
It's Snickle Fox.
Snickle Fox. There you go.
According to Randy.
So Kim, we gotta look at this. So this is all a pipeline of work yet to come through your hands.
Right.
So what makes you different in terms of most of ours, including myself, in terms of getting these pieces casted?
Well, for one thing, I do all the wax work because I first started my career in the 80s as a wax worker in the Fine Art Foundry here in Sedona, which is no longer here. And I learned lots of tricks, and I just know how to do everything. And so to have somebody else do it, I would still have to go over it and fix everything. So I figure I'm the best wax worker I know, so I might as well do my own.
Well then, so you take the effort of actually having somebody make the waxes. Jeff Christensen makes the waxes for you, who's local. You get the waxes back from him. And then you're going to do what we call chasing and hiding any imperfections. There may be seam lines or anything else.
Right.
But look at these parts.
They're always in pieces.
Yeah. Look at all these. So pull this. I don't want to drop that. Will you pull this down and so we can
This
see?
one,
My
this
gosh.
one I hardly ever do anymore.
But look at all the parts. Can you put it over here where? Look at all the parts you have to put together on that.
Yeah, this one doesn't go with it. But
Yeah. So that's
pink ones.
to me looks like days worth of work just to fix this and get it to where you see right here.
That's why I don't do it anymore.
Well, I don't blame you. That's
But
amazing.
It's a really hard one, but
So all these pieces are in the pipeline for you to get casted. So then
Right.
you take them to the foundry after you've made the waxes. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about your roadrunner. You featured on our episode number 6, and so we can kind of track how that worked out. So if you want to show us and explain what's happened here with the roadrunner.
okay,
Come on
sure.
over.
Okay, so this is what it looked like after the mold was made.
So hold the roadrunner up so you can see. Yeah, that's
His
what's left.
beak got bent, and
Yeah,
all these were destroyed.
yeah,
Several pieces.
all cut into pieces.
Here's the lizard.
Oh yeah.
And so then this is what the wax looks like when it's just come out of the mold.
So hold that up so people can see. Yeah. So those have to be put together, obviously, probably in
Right.
bronze, right?
Well, no.
Oh, you put
So
it
I
together.
put
Oh, I
the-
see.
The tail on the bird,
Mm-hmm.
and then this actually I just didn't get it finished, but I have to fit these on, and it's really difficult because they have to be at an exact angle. Whoops, wrong way. They have to be at just the right angle, so I have to hold the bird up and try and make sure it's at the right angle.
So why you have the one on your left hand? Why is that? Why are the feet different color wax?
Oh, because this is called jeweler's wax, and when you pour the wax into the mold, it doesn't always go into these little fine areas. So if you paint it first with the hard wax,
You get better definition.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Right.
So those little tiny claws that you see here will cast perfectly in bronze.
Yep, they do,
Yeah.
amazingly enough.
So once you get that, is there anything else you want to point out over here while we're here? Any of these different waxes coming through?
Well, I mean, all these are, it's just interesting to see how many pieces
Yes.
there are. But there's nothing.
Sylvia Herbert's with us,
Hey,
guys.
Sylvia.
Hi, Syl-
Giving us a
Sylvia.
good morning. Welcome, Sylvia.
Yes. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, so the strawberry from your RV.
Yeah, that's
The little
RV.
frogs up here on the rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is sheltered in
in leaves.
a whole bunch of pieces.
Yeah.
This all has to be put together
Wow.
for casting, including the little baby mice that have to be.
Let's see one of the baby mice. Oh, look at that.
Little baby mice.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
tiny.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on over, and so now you've got your wax of this. Let's track the progress of your roadrunner, which is called Oblivious, by the way.
Okay.
You've got the waxes
Right.
from Jeff Christensen. You're going to show us how you chase the waxes, which is removing any imperfections.
Right.
And this is your wax chasing station.
Yes, it is.
And what piece would you like me to hand you that you were working on?
Oh, that. Yes, correct.
Okay. There you go.
Now I'm not sure if the sun's going to be.
So you have all your wax chasing tools over your right shoulder
Yeah,
there.
these are the tools I use the most, but I have hundreds actually.
Yeah.
I have drawers full, but you end up with favorite ones.
By the way, I have to interrupt because your squirrel is looking at you through the window.
Oh, there he is.
Where's breakfast? And
There
it is
he
out
is.
there. How funny. So was he the inspiration for some of your work, maybe? He
oh,
or she?
yeah. The squirrels definitely, and the chipmunks, and the
That's hilarious.
birds.
What timing.
Yeah, I put the bird seat out there for you, Ken, so
I
you could
love
get to
watching
see
it.
your squirrel
I
friend.
could stand here all day and watch him. So that's the view from your studio, and now you're going to chase these waxes, any imperfections you see.
Okay, so it's going to be hard to see. I don't know how much you can zoom in, but
We have Doug Wilson with us, guys.
wow.
Doug.
Good morning to you, Doug.
Hi,
Yes,
Doug.
hi Doug, welcome.
And Carla Smith as well.
Oh, Carla,
She's
yeah.
got a great comment here. Love your work. Have two of the little mice she has.
Moonlight edamame, maybe?
Shelter and the one with the little mouse.
Oh, sheltered.
And
yeah.
the peas.
That's what I was
She
just
looks at
Yes.
them every morning.
Yeah.
Aw, thank you.
Love, love, love. Thanks, Carla.
Thank
Carly,
you.
now you understand why we brag about Kim, and you don't need to be explained as to why, but this is amazing, the effort she takes to make sure they're absolutely perfect. I mean, I don't know of any artists that do this, any sculptors that go through the effort that you do.
Well,
honestly.
a lot of sculptors, not all, but most, I would say, have the foundries do all the wax work and all the prep work,
Including me.
including.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to find the time. I don't know how you do it.
I just,
You enjoyed it, obviously.
well, I mean, I've been doing it since the 80s, so I'm a little
Yeah.
tired of it. So there's always a seam line all around.
Okay.
And so I usually use this tool, which is a dental tool, and it's old and beat up, and if I lose it, I'm not sure what
But
I'll
it's
do.
broke in nicely, right?
Yeah, it's broken in.
So how many hours would it take you to chase the imperfections out of just that one part?
Oh,
If you had
it's
to
to do the whole Oblivious takes, well, I work on it for a couple days at least.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It'd
It
be
is.
nice to not have to. And then I have these wax tools that heat up, and you can tell it's very well used because there are always these breaks. So see there, the tip of the flower came off. So, and of course I forgot to heat up my wax. But
So you have to fabricate that now.
yeah, so I'll.
We have Ron Sidaway with us, guys.
Hey, Ron.
Good
Hey,
morning,
Ron.
Kim. Says-
Hi to Christine.
Says, now we get to see where the magic happens.
Yes, and that's a good way of putting it. It is magic in here.
So then I'll add wax.
I think I was muted, guys. Ron Sidaway. Good morning again to Ron.
Good morning, Ron.
Hi, Ron.
Kelly Wickham.
Kelly.
She's with
Hi,
us.
Yes,
Kelly.
Kelly's been here.
Kelly works in
I
my
know,
office.
she should be here.
Bill
Yeah.
Krieger coming in. This is
Bill.
wonderful. He says, thanks for taking the time. Good to see you.
Oh, fun.
Thanks, Bill.
It's great.
Which Bill is it?
Krieger.
Oh, do I know him?
I think so.
Hi, Bill.
Yes.
Oh. So
you're
anyway, and then
using
I just know instinctively when it's going to get when it's going to be firm enough to
Yeah.
carve back out, and then I'm going to have to carve this
So you're
shape
going to
back
have to
in.
resculpt that little piece.
Right,
Wow.
right.
Hey,
right.
Kim, we
Yeah.
got a great question from Kelly. Since you've been doing this so long, how do you come up with new ideas? It's a great question.
Yeah.
Oh, I just, like, I'll be looking at something in nature, and then these ideas just kind of pop into my head, and how can I tell a story with this and make it interesting to people? So I use my imagination a lot. Lots of times it happens at night when I lay down to go to sleep, and but it can happen during daydreams as well.
Well, it's really great about your work there. Often, years ago, I was told that a piece well done that doesn't tell a story is just considered a study.
Oh.
And it could be very, very well sculpted anatomically, but if it's not telling a story, your pieces tell a story. Every one of them does.
Yeah, that's.
And it puts a smile on your collector's face and ours as well.
We have Peter Schmidt with us, guys. Amazing
Oh,
work.
Peter.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank
Hi,
you, Peter,
Pete.
Yes.
for
Thank you, Peter. So now it's fun because we've been tracking the progress of this piece since episode 6. We saw that what's left of the original. You've got the waxes now you're chasing, and now we get to debut the bronze, right?
Yeah, we can show, and I can show some examples of how a bronze
Before
is
and after.
finished. Yeah, when I get it from Eric, the
patina
patina artist, and then what I do to make it look like it's mine.
So here's
because-
another example of where I would normally get the piece back from Eric and say this is perfect.
Or
I
tell
may,
him to
I
just
may
ship
wax
it.
Yeah, yeah. Or, because I trust him so much. But your work is so much
I
different.
trust him too.
I know, but your work is different.
Yeah.
It's just different in a good way.
Yeah.
And
thank
so here's another effort you take above and beyond everybody else's. You get it back. It's got the base patina. It's not finished. And you're going to now spend more hours on doing the final patina, which we get to see.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yes.
So let's do some examples here
Okay.
of before and after.
Okay, so this is
Eyes of the Rainforest as you receive it.
As I receive it.
Okay, so you can see it's just the base patina.
Beautiful colors.
Yes, and this
But then-
is your finished patina.
And so I do
So
the
you can see the
eyes.
difference.
Little things like the bug
Yeah, where's the bug?
right here.
Oh, I see, sure,
Yeah.
right there.
And
You can't
then
even see
I
it here.
use a lot of waxes to
Mhm.
make it richer.
Mm-hmm. That's that nice satin luster we see.
Right.
Yeah.
And the darkening in the recesses. And then, like, this is some moss I
Mhm.
put on the branches. And it just makes it mine. I just
Yeah.
like to feel like it's
Yeah.
mine because so many people do work on it. And, of course, we couldn't do them without all
Yeah.
these artisans. But this way I feel like it's my
You're getting
work.
it back in your possession
Yeah.
again. It's you. It's
Yeah.
back to being you.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. So this is heat of the moment,
Right.
and so this is how you receive it. If you
Right.
hold it up like that, this is the after. And by the way, this one sold yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully.
And so, again, I don't know if you can see really well, but I put a lot of markings on the lizards.
The bumblebee, the stripes.
Yeah, finish the bumblebee and the eyes.
And you even mount it to your bases.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you can see how this is drilled and tapped here.
Meant to
bolt in.
turn that off.
Yeah. So now, the Feast of Resistance. How about you showing us this debut,
Okay.
your Oblivious. Okay, so this is Oblivious, the finished Oblivious.
In the sun.
In the sun, yeah.
Here, I'll
there
stand.
you go.
I
So you
don't
can
know
see
if that makes a difference.
all this definition you've pulled in. So let's go to what you have as you receive it.
Okay,
and the
now
difference.
I've already done some work on this. I did the lizard, and I started to do the color on the face. However, I feel that this is too bright.
The face is?
Hey,
these
Kim
colors.
and Ken, we have Maria Christensen.
Oh, Maria.
Hi.
Jeff Christensen. Kim,
See.
how do you keep your wax chasing station so clean? Great question.
That's just for camera, right?
I cleaned it up for these guys.
Just for the show, right? And Sylvia's asking, do you sketch an idea first and then sculpt? Great question.
Lots of times I do a little sketch, but I also like to take a little piece of clay to try and get the, get the right.
The three-dimensional qualities of your
Yeah,
idea.
so I can see where I'm going to place things. But it always changes a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, as you're working on it, as you know.
Yes, yeah, I do.
So anyway, this is too bright for me, so I'm going to go back and go over it with a little bit of gray perhaps, just to mellow it out like this one.
Our good friend Jen Farnsworth.
Oh,
Hi,
Jen.
Jen.
We just saw you walking
She says
Teddy through
Oblivious
the...
is fantastic. Wow, she loves it. Thanks, Jen, for
Yes.
watching it.
Jen has the
Supporting us
pleasure
today.
of
Thanks.
selling Kim's work. And
Yeah.
she's an artist as well.
And
so-
she's a neighbor.
Yes. So why is that so shiny in comparison
Well,
to this?
because this has been sprayed with lacquer like they always are.
To seal it.
Right. But then not that Eric couldn't do it, but because I do a lot of color work, then I'll go over it with Johnson's paste wax, like this.
Okay, after you've done your touch-up.
Right.
Yeah.
And I also spray it again with lacquer after I do my work.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's got lacquer and it's got wax.
It's sealed really well.
And then I usually use, there are all different colors of wax. There's green, red.
Pigments.
I use black shoe polish a lot. It's a good wax. And
Yeah.
so it deepens it. And to me, it makes it look more natural,
Yeah.
richer.
It tones things down maybe a
Yeah,
little bit.
kind of
Hey,
giving.
Kim, we have Ted and Lois.
Oh.
We've been looking forward to their comments and
Yes.
coming in, their viewing. Just want to say how much we admire your work, and your creations are truly magical.
Oh, you
Thanks,
guys.
guys. Thanks, Ted and Lois, so much.
You're
Thank
two of
you.
my favorite people.
Ours as well. They're phenomenal. So now let's go from what you're going to do now is you're going to start touching, give us an example of touching that one up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just show you how I start out. I obviously won't be able to do everything,
But if you see,
Whoops.
like the leading edge of every one of these feathers has that light colored line. On
Sorry,
top of right
I need to
above
get
that
my-
light colored line is a darker line.
yeah, sorry,
On
I
every
forgot to get a tray.
feather. I can only imagine how much time that must take on all these.
I know.
Yes. You probably don't really want to know, do you? Yeah.
But once I get in a rhythm, so
Mm-hmm.
you usually start with zinc white because it's more transparent than most whites,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not as harsh and bright.
Okay.
And
Okay, so Lee, if we can have you zoom in, where are you going to work? I want people to see how hard
On the
this really is.
tail.
On the tail, okay.
So they have this white edge on all their feathers, and so I try to make little strokes so it looks like part of the feather.
So you're just not painting a stripe, you're giving it the variations you would see in a natural feather.
Right. So see, that's not very dark, so
Mhm.
then I might mix in a little bit of Titan Buff, which is like a cream color. And titanium white is really bright, so I don't use it that often.
So this is why your patinas are absolutely consistently perfect, because you're doing every one of them.
Yes, no bronze leaves my studio until I'm satisfied.
Yeah, yeah.
And that sometimes can take a while, but
So
I
if you
just,
get an example like Ted and Lois Uline that have your large Amore, which is, what, a 5-foot high piece, right?
yeah, 4.5
4.5
maybe.
foot. I mean, that's a huge undertaking to do the final patina on that.
Well, and I let Eric do most of that.
Sure, but still the base patina, you still have a lot of work yet to do.
Well, yeah, I would, but I those bigger ones, I lots of times will let the foundry take care of it,
Mm-hmm.
the waxing. That's because I can't bring it back to my studio.
Plus you have to heat it up and so forth.
But I do
Unique
things
things.
like the stripes on the bullfrog's legs. I'll go to Eric's and do the stripes on the legs
Mm.
because they don't. Because I
Because you just know.
like them a certain way.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So you're going to go through all those feathers and make it look like this one.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And that's just the lower part. All this up here yet to go.
Well,
All
and
that.
right. And I do a lot of work on the face
Mm-hmm.
because, like for instance, their beaks are more gray than they are black. So
Mhm.
I'll
And it looks like you've already done the lizard. Is that?
I have done the lizard.
Okay.
The only thing I haven't done is black waxed it, which will make the scales more
Okay.
noticeable.
So it's kind of an antiquing. It brings up the highlights and reduces the
Right,
shallow
right.
areas.
Right.
So over your left shoulder, I have to say, what is going on here? What is this? One
Well,
of your pieces that's
that's
been in the works forever?
yeah. As a matter of fact, I did it many years ago. I guess the years on there, it's like what? 1992.
Oh my gosh, you weren't born then.
Well, I was very young.
Oh, yes, good.
And she has actually a macaw. This is all broken, and I wanted to redo it anyway, but she'll have a macaw sitting on her wrist. And the reason it's here is because I had a wax made because I wanted to improve the anatomy. And I can't decide whether to finish it and produce it again. But it's
Why?
got all kinds
What's the reason?
I don't know. It's just, I just wanted to make sure that it's going to cost a lot of money, so I wanted to make sure that people would be interested. But I guess they are because everybody that comes here, that's the first thing
Well,
they
it caught
comment
my eye, and
on.
it's been here for years. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
Okay.
It's come time to. And
Okay.
then another piece that. Now we saw this. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can hold that up where Lee can see.
Carla
it.
was commenting too, guys, on how beautiful the girl, the female is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Piece.
good.
It
Okay,
is.
Carla.
Are you talking Kim or the? Oh, I'm sorry, the wax. All right. So this is a canyon wren.
Yeah, Canyon Run.
Our good friends the Martins are just looking at.
And it's actually a commission piece, and the reason they have the long beaks is because they hunt for bugs in the cracks in the rocks. So they live in
Oh.
rocky areas,
Sure.
so that way they can get down in the cracks and get the insects.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're cool looking birds.
Hey
This
guys, are
is-
these pieces available for
Yeah,
purchase
that's a
of the
good
gallery?
question.
or-
Yes, they are
Yeah.
at Rowe Gallery. In
Well,
fact,
this isn't quite yet.
well,
but-
hopefully someday it will be at the
Yeah.
gallery. That'd be
Yeah.
fantastic. That'd be
Okay,
another great
good.
segue into this.
Okay.
So this is a good question, Randy. This is available. It's Kim's newest piece, as well as all your pieces are at the gallery. Mm-hmm. You have your own beautiful area, and I think I'm looking for a photo you have of your great grandfather,
Oh.
which kind of tells the history of.
Can
you
I
have-
run up and get it real
No,
quick?
no.
Please.
Okay. Well, what are we going to do?
We could play that.
It'll only take 2 seconds.
Okay,
I'm
so
really fast.
So we're going to play the video of Kim's upstairs. Let's do that while Kim is getting her great grandfather's photo.
And now I'm going to show you upstairs where I have my library and my office, and I get all my inspiration, or a lot of it anyway. Okay. So I have my office over here. This is my library. Even though you can find everything on the internet these days, I love books, and sometimes it's nice to just sit and look through a book for reference material. And then when I want to take a break, and it's nice outside, This is where I go. Listen to the birds.
So we always feel it's best to know the artist, and the more people know about you, the more they understand your work.
Right.
So I think this is important to talk about, going back in time and how you're one of many, many generations of really successful artists, including your son, who's now keeping...
My son is a good artist.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Thank you.
So you're great. Now this is... You want to talk about
Okay,
this,
so
gentleman?
this, and this is going to be hard to see, but you can maybe get an idea of, this is my great-grandfather who was an illustrator in New York City, and this is him in his studio in New York City, and I wish I could have met him. And then...
What era and time would this photo have been taken?
So this would have been maybe early 1900s. Does that
Really?
make
Okay.
sense?
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a number.
Yeah.
I don't do numbers. And this is one of his drawings of his wife, which I think is really beautiful.
It is.
So it's just nice to know that I had an artist in my family. Yeah, and my brother's a wildlife photographer,
Yes,
really
yes.
good. And my sister does a lot of interior design type work. And so my parents weren't artists, but they appreciated
But they
it.
have the genes, for sure.
I guess so.
They just didn't tap into them. And
Right,
as you have.
right,
Yeah,
right,
That's
yeah.
fantastic. And
Yeah.
what about this gentleman you want to show?
Oh, well, and this is
Hold it still so people can see.
Kossuth Lajos was my 3 times great-granduncle, and he led a rebellion for freedom in Hungary to free them from Austria. And he's really famous there, and if you tell a Hungarian you're related to him, they're like, really?
Are there monuments of him?
There are.
See, there.
There are a couple here in the United States, and they're in Heroes Square in Budapest.
Really?
There's a big sculpture of him
Wow,
there.
that is terrific.
Yeah, it's
What a history.
kind
what a
of
lineage.
exciting.
Yeah. So, Kim, what else can we talk about? Or should we just invite everybody to come to the gallery and see your work finished?
Well, that would be fine with me.
And then a lot of days, Kim is there. You're not always working on something, but when something new comes through, like the Roadrunner, you worked on it there for quite some time.
And as the as the times go on, it's been a little bit different with the pandemic,
Yeah.
and so I'm hoping that goes away soon,
Yes.
and then I'll start coming in regularly
Yeah, so we'd
again.
love to have you. And we're so proud to have you in the gallery.
Thank
And
you.
I'm so glad everybody got to see the behind the scenes of what drives Kim. This is amazing to see, because any gallery or any studio you would walk into, a sculptor like mine, you don't see this kind of effort taking place to make these finished pieces so beautiful.
Thank you, Ken.
So thank you so much.
Thank
And please
you.
come to the gallery. Visit our website, rowegallery.com. We're open from 10 to 6 every day. Did you know that?
10 now. Okay.
10 to 6 every day.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come and see us.
I'll be there.